December 30th, 9:41 in the morning, District Court, Defendant Lappy, number 5. Welcome to ACBD2!
Good morning, Max!
Oh, yeah. Good morning, sweeties.
You don't seem like your usually sparkle self, or...
You don't seem like your sparkle self.
I'm always like this right before I go in front of an audience. I'm working up to it.
Don't get nervous, Maxie. Here, I have a glass of milk.
Regina!
Her usual hating.
How fabulous, my sweetie pie princess. You came to watch my performance today?
Of course I did. Mo told me that I should come and watch this.
Mo said that?
So what kind of performance will you put on today? Let me guess, you'll fly at the end?
It's not that kind of show. Isn't that right, my sweeties? I think my sweetie pie princess doesn't...
Yeah, she doesn't seem to realize what's going on, or even where she is.
Constipated.
Why, old Max, it looks like it's time to raise the curtain. I'll see you later. Today I'm just a member of the audience.
Fabulous! Enjoy yourself out there.
Look, Max, you're the best. Regina's different, don't you think? Nick!
Top of the morning to ya! Hey everybody, let's go get stuck in Lingo Limbo. How low can you go?
Lingo limbo.
Mo!
Top of the morning to ya, governor.
Top of the morning.
That's the ticket. Attacking the day starts with energy in the morning. The early bird gets the worm, but then again, worms lack higher brain function.
What?
Here, Max, I brought you a present. Some milk.
Why is everyone giving him milk? Oh my! Thanks!
So how are you today, Wright?
Well, I've got the feeling today.
I've got that feeling today.
I'm going to go face to face against the real culprit.
Maybe Max is just constipated.
You mean Acro?
You think he did it?
Be careful. He's used to putting his life on the line. Literally. He's got guts to spare.
If all I've got to worry about is how thin the tightrope is, I'm not used to it already.
Why is she attacking you?
It's just me.
Oh, voice.
She doesn't like any of the voices. She doesn't understand why we just come in here and sit here and make weird sounds with our voices.
Well, would you understand if you were a cat?
No, I guess not.
It just means that I won't be able to press him like I can other witnesses.
What are you trying to do, Nick?
I guess today we'll just have to do without our usual psychological warfare. Today we rely on evidence. It's the only way we'll get past Acro into the truth.
Sounded like Phoenix knows he doesn't have evidence. It's like relying on evidence.
You're right, but it's gonna be tough.
Anyways, I want you to make sure that Regina sees it all today. It's important.
Why?
Oh, but
Then she'll finally have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father.
Okay, well, he's so mean.
I just have this.
Your dad dead.
You want us to make sure Regina watches?
Yes, that's why I brought her here to court today.
What's that supposed to mean?
She needs to know that when people die, they don't just become stars. I may be an old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars.
Why does he like care what she believes? Mo's like needs to chill.
Clowns have no chill.
It sounds like Mo did it.
Yeah.
December 30th, 10 in the morning, District Court. Courtroom number 2.
Court is now in session for the trial of Maximilian Galactica.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Very well. Miss Von Karma, you may proceed with your case.
The prosecution would like to revise its previous theory of events.
What is the meaning of this?
We have discovered a new witness, or shall I say, a new eyewitness. One that saw Maximilian Galactica fly off from the scene of the crime.
Order! Order! I think that wasn't really worth an order. I had a feeling something like this would come up.
Due to this revision, we are now prepared to explain how the defendant flew that night. An explanation the prosecution will present if the need so arises. In fact, my detectives stayed up all night creating a mock-up of the scene on my orders.
Poor Gumshoe.
Very well. Please call your witness to the stand.
Time to get to work. Or shall I say, time to walk the courtroom tightrope.
That wasn't funny, Phoenix.
Name and occupation. Name and occupation. Name and occupation. What's your name? And what is your occupation? Is your name Ken Dingling?
You guys ever notice I have like little pictures?
I wonder what they are.
One that's like a lion.
Oh yeah, I guess it is a lion. The other one looks like fire. Like Mustafar battle or
Yeah.
something.
Can't even tell what the third one is.
What is your name?
Ken Dingling, but everyone calls me Acro. I'm employed as an acrobat at Very Big Circus.
Were you there at the night of the crime? Where were you?
I was in my room.
If you look at the map,
I can't see the name. It's the GameCube.
you will see the witness room is near the crime scene.
My room is on the 3rd floor. The crime scene is below my window.
The night of the crime, the witness saw something quite shocking. Would you tell us what you witnessed?
Okay. It was just after 10 p.m., and I was resting in my bed.
I think we don't need these details.
Around that time, I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. Then, a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window. It was Max Galactica.
Nate, thank you for everyone he's making it seem like he's really trying to be edgy. Like he leaves every line with a pause.
Just listens to a lot of, like, Evanescence and Green Day.
I only saw him from behind, but that's who it looked like. To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming.
This witness's testimony matches up exactly with that clown.
If that's the case, there is very little the prosecution need add. All that's left is to explain how the defendant disappeared into the sky that night.
Before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness.
A foolish choice by a foolish fool who wishes to feel the foolish sadness of a sad fool. A man must know the proper timing for things, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Just like your old friend, Mr. Miles Edwards did.
Seem like cry. Mr. Wright, do you have a problem with the witness's testimony?
In the words of Miss Von Karma, may I quote yesterday's proceedings? There's no way that actually happened.
Very well, you may proceed with your cross-examination.
A bit overly dramatic for one sentence. All that build up.
I said don't rely on pressing. Does that mean that if I press, I'll get like a penalty? I just have to try. You said that you were resting in bed. One would thus assume that you turned the lights off in your room, correct?
That's correct. But these are safety lights around the outside of the lodging house. It's so bright, sometimes it can make it hard to sleep.
If that's the case, wouldn't it be a good idea to close some curtains?
I never really thought of that. I guess that means I'm off to buy some curtains.
The witness will proceed with his testimony.
That was so much better than the actual one.
Just don't annoy him with laughing.
Judge just thought that was really funny. I never thought of curtains.
Your room is on the 3rd floor, right?
Yes,
And you said that you were resting in bed.
that is correct.
But you were still able to hear a sound from outside?
I was indeed.
Pressing acro doesn't seem to get results. Maybe something was contradictory in what he said just now. I can't think of any contradiction. I guess this is what the game wants me to say. There is a huge contradiction with your testimony that was just given.
If there's a contradiction, then prove it with evidence.
She's right. Let me see some evidence. Do you have any evidence to support your claim of the contradiction?
Would he not hear something outside?
Because he's deaf.
You wouldn't hear Money the Monkey, the real murderer.
Yeah, I don't know if you have evidence. Well, what is the thump he supposedly heard? Just a thump?
Yeah.
I was wondering if he was saying it was the box or something. Maybe you press him on something else and he says something else later that contradicts
Yeah.
his
Maybe.
statement.
Just try the autopsy.
This? What in the world is this? Ah!
You just don't get it, do you, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
What don't I get?
You're not gonna be able to get through this one with just your usual bluff routine. Your client looks ready to take off once again. Straight towards a guilty verdict.
You are bluffing. I will not forgive any more mockeries made of this court.
Whoops.
Witness, would you mind
Jeff gets
repeating
like
your
mad when he has to see
testimony?
an autopsy report.
He doesn't like it.
Certainly.
Hey, yeah, why didn't you even take a strike? Hey?
I guess it didn't count as a penalty.
Are you sure it was a human being? It could have been a mannequin or perhaps a large action figure.
Well, setting aside the
Or a
possibility
monkey.
of a mannequin or a monkey, an action figure is plausible.
You don't need to mince words with Mr. Phoenix Wright. Testify to the truth and only the truth, just as if we were there with you that night.
I believe it was a human.
Dang! I just strengthen his testimony. I wonder if Acro's statement jives with the facts. Should I get a chance to do this with every statement?
Seems like it.
Small seasoning.
What if you just show him a picture of his brother over and over again? To get him, like, emotionally riled up.
That might count as badgering the witness.
Trying to scratch your ear for you,
Should
Nancy.
I try it or
Try what? No, I don't think you have evidence.
should you just say no?
Probably.
Wrong.
What's the matter with you?
Nothing, Your Honor. Until I can find a clear contradiction, I should tread lightly. The light in your room was turned off then, right?
That's true. I was going to bed after all.
So with the lights off, you were still able to clearly see a human being fly by your window.
The safety lights lit things up enough for me to see. But honestly, there was only enough light for me to see the silhouette outside my window. It was the person's back, so I couldn't see the white roses on the front.
Did you see any other symbols?
I clearly saw the silk hat, as well as the cloak wrapped around his body. I'm convinced that the person I saw was Max Galactica.
The more I press them, the less results I seem to get. But maybe there was something fishy with his latest statement.
Well, the silk hat was on the ground, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. There's a huge contradiction with the testimony that was just given.
If there's a contradiction, then prove it!
Come on, Phoenix, prove it this time. Don't give me that autopsy.
You claim to have seen the exact same thing Mo saw that night. Do you stand by that?
What do you mean?
The silk hat.
What about the silk hat? I saw it on Max's head as he flew by my window.
Well, you should have tried looking down out of your window that night.
That would have been quite difficult considering the state that I'm in. Just looking outside the window was a tough enough challenge for me.
That's a shame, because you would have noticed the silk hat found on the scene.
That's the ringmaster's hat, right?
Afraid not. No matter how you look at it, this is Max's silk hat.
Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Are you saying that Max has two silk hats?
No, this is a handmade, one-of-a-kind model, made only for Maximilian Galactica, which means, Acro, that you've been fibbing on the stand.
She's fibbing. Order! Order! She's just doing her cough thing. She's an old lady. I thank you all for coming to order.
As always, it looks like someone just had to open their mouth before thinking. Are you okay, Nick?
Is Mitzi okay?
Coughing.
Yeah, but she's been coughing for a long time.
Yeah, she does that sometimes.
Oh. She's trying to cough something up.
She's just old.
Well, I opened my big mouth, and now I have to back it up.
How about it, Mr. Wright? What would cause this witness to commit perjury in this court today?
Perhaps it is because Acro has a grudge against the defendant, which is why he is trying to frame Max.
Oh, big claim. Ah! Why me? What did I do?
Never get your fat head in the way of the whip bent on finding justice. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I have no interest in your silly little theories. He has a grudge against the defendant, huh? You wouldn't happen to have proof of that, would you?
Well, that's the thing.
Mr. Wright, thanks to you, I got my head lashed by Miss Von Karma's whip. I don't like getting hit for nothing, so how about you answer with an explanation?
Are you okay, Nick?
Well, I opened my big mouth and now I back it up.
What would cause it, Phoenix?
What are you asking at me for?
It just say he's dreaming. So I don't see any evidence to prove that he murdered anyone yet. Other than maybe the pepper seasoning. Theoretically. It's obvious that what Acro saw, he didn't actually see at all, because it was a dream.
So your plan on writing off all the inconvenient facts as nothing but dreams? Maybe you should just pinch your cheeks and see if you are actually awake.
I think your whip proved this isn't a dream just fine. No, I didn't say how.
He just doesn't feel the pain anymore. Mr. Wright, please! Explain!
Mr. Nick, are you sure you're okay?
I opened my foot. I'm supposed to say that? How?
Yeah, I'm guessing you don't have the evidence to prove that he has a grudge yet.
Your Honor! On this occasion, the defense accuses Acro himself!
After you already tried the other two options, it just looks like Phoenix is grasping at straws.
On this occasion?
Accuses Acro? What in the world are you accusing him of?
Obviously, we accuse him of murder! Of Mr. Barry Russell! Or Russell Barry!
Mr. Wright, are you serious?
Deadly serious, Your Honor.
I think your trips to the circus has served you well. You seem to have learned a bit on how to try to grab at an audience's hearts and minds. Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by theatrics. Trying to wow the crowd with smoke and mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book.
Really?
If you don't believe me, just look at the witness. He's calm enough for it to almost be scary.
He is staying rather calm and collected.
Yeah, Phoenix made random claims. Mr. Dingling, do you have any response to the defense's accusations?
I don't really need to say a thing, do I?
What do you mean?
Everyone, take a good look at me. I can't even stand up by myself, let alone leave the lodging house.
That's true.
I understand that Mr. Wright is just trying to help his client. But to do this by accusing me of murder of all things.
See, even a sliver of common sense makes it clear that this accusation is ludicrous.
Sure he's right. Way to pick on the disabled, you heartless, cruel man.
Phoenix is a booby! Why you hoes?
See that, Mr. Phoenix, right? If you're trying to drum up support from the peanut gallery, that's how you do it. I think that's enough of this little game. I've got a doctor's note to confirm Acro is unable to stand under his own power. Maybe the defense is planning on making a counterclaim to this as well? I can hear the defense now. Acro had an accomplice.
What do you say about this, Mr. Wright? Did Acro have an accomplice? The monkey. I just wonder if all of this is wrong and we weren't supposed to do this, how far does it let us go? I will see, of course he did at this point. Wait, unless... well...
I don't know who it would be, though. Maybe Regina, but that would be weird for her to kill her own father.
His brother in the hospital.
Just, of course he didn't.
Well, I'm just thinking, what if he threw the statue of the guy out the window and the clown somehow had it reversed in his mind to where he saw him fly away, but it was actually the statue of him falling. Now then, this must be when we get to hear the name of the mystery accomplice.
Not this time, Bon Karma!
What?
You're not going to sucker me into this one.
What you blabbering about, Mr. Wright?
There was no accomplice. Acro planned and committed this murder all by himself.
Order! What are you getting at? Way to keep them on their toes, Nick!
Now I'm going to have to prove how it all fits together.
And then screaming this from the other side of the courtroom. Making it obvious they have no clue what they're doing.
I have to show how Acro murdered Russell Barry.
Can you do it, Nick? Can you really do it?
I know what I can't do. I can't stop now. If I stop attacking, I'm doomed.
Alright, let's do it! Mr. Phoenix Wright. If this witness is the killer, then the eyewitness's account is all lies, right?
Mr. Wright, I would like you to clear something up for me. When the crime was committed, exactly where was Mr. Dingling?
Where was the murder committed? Was it here?
Here, right in the square. It's missing.
There's no way he was anywhere but exactly right here.
In the plaza? He was at the scene of the crime himself? You're right, though. The murder would have had to have met the victim.
Ow!
Miss Von Kammer, stop it! You will be quiet and refrain from striking people.
The witness could not have possibly left the lodging house on his own. Not to mention that what Mr. Phoenix just said. There was no accomplice, remember?
Yeah, you're right. You think I could get another chance?
I think I know what happened. Wait just 1 minute. Don't forget about my proverbial whip as well. Mr. Wright, show me.
This is weird theory.
I think he was in that thing and he dropped the thing with the pepper in it.
Macros room.
Yeah. I think he dropped it out the thing out the window and it fell on his neck and broke it and then he fell on top of it.
He was obviously here.
That's Acro's room.
Pretty simple, huh? Acro wasn't able to leave the lodging house by himself. In that case, there can only be one correct answer.
Just immediately comes with a completely alternate theory.
Acro didn't. Acro didn't leave his room to kill the ringmaster.
What? Are you nuts?
What say you, Mr. Dingling?
Don't call me Dingling. It's an interesting theory.
That's it?
Considering that what you proposed is impossible, yes, that's it.
Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
As the witness has stated, your assertion is impossible. As he is in a wheelchair, there's no way he could go to the scene or be the killer.
You've got a point.
It seems you've forgotten once again, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The defense The defendant was clearly spotted at the scene of the crime.
That's true!
Mo said he saw Max, didn't he?
But Maya, it's still impossible for humans to fly.
Do you mind if I ask a question, Mr. Wright?
What is it?
I understand some of your logic. However, how do you know that I killed him? If I can't leave my room, I obviously couldn't wear Max's costume.
How did he do it? That's the next course of this legal buffet.
Buffet.
Be careful, Nick. If you mess up here.
She's right. I can't mess up here. I've got to give this one more some serious thought. I'm sure that Acro killed the ringmaster. And he did it while he was in his room. No doubt about it.
Time to enlighten us on how Mr. Dingling committed the crime, Mr. Wright.